Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Many men are on the threshold of becoming select. Many men are on the threshold. See, I'm gonna tell you what, I always have a problem with some people who try, they'll talk about select and non-select, and they act like it's just some hard wall between the two. Now, psychologically, on a psychological base, there can be as far as getting along with each other. But if a man is generally non-select, as long as he does the work, he can become select. That's the whole point of my books. I'm telling you how to become select. Instead of trying to embrace being non-select and thinking you're going to be the select guy. Think about how that sounds. How are you going to be a guy who is being selected by women if you are being non-selected by women? Come on, that don't even make sense. And then anybody who tries to say, well, you're stuck there, that's some bullshit. They grifting you. I'll just say it to them. They grifting you. Because every single man, I'll put it like this, unless he just got some serious physical or mental disability, like some serious thing, like he can't function on his own, he can become select. I've known some gentlemen on the spectrum who were select. Watched them in action. Yeah, they probably had to do a little bit more than the average guy, but they still got to a point they were able to get attractive women. So it's possible. I've known a wheelchair athlete who was select. But here's the thing. There is a great bunch of men. Well, let's put it like this. There is a group of men, I'm going to say 30% of the population, male population, would be seen as select to women, solidly select. They could either be players or they can get that woman, above average woman in attractiveness. They could do that, roughly 30%. Of course, it's not scientific or anything, just from observation and talking with others. But then there's another 30% who are strongly non-select, okay? But then there is a roughly 40% of men, roughly, like none of these numbers are scientific, just based off what I've seen, who are just right there. It might be, and it's usually like something superficial in most cases. It might be putting on 10 pounds of muscle. It might be losing 10 pounds of fat. It might be changing up the style, so to speak. It might be having a different haircut, because a lot of it is just a physical appearance thing. And I'm going to get into the mental part in a second. A lot of it's just a physical appearance thing. They just don't have that good bait. But actually have a good personality once a woman get to know them. All they have to do is change their bait. That's all they have to do. They might need to let their beard grow out, might need to cut it, whatever. Like I said, put on a little bit of muscle, maybe lose some fat, something. Maybe just wear a better pair of shoes. It'll be something, and that's just the physical aspect. But then the mental aspect, it might just be getting out their own way. I'm gonna tell you what, and I've seen this with a lot of dudes. The issue isn't even their physicality or even their bait. They actually have a good bait. Like if they would approach a woman, and the woman would be smiling, then the guy start talking, and then she'd be like, he was all right till he opened his mouth. There's a lot of guys just gotta deal with the mindset. Because even in my book, Nice Guys and Players, I said, okay, yeah, they can look a certain way, body build a certain way, but they still gotta have a mindset. You might have to change your mindset. See, a lot of guys might make an assumption about the women that they meet. I'm gonna tell you something with women. Like sometimes they ain't giving anything considered choosing signals. They ain't giving a darn thing considered choosing signals. They ain't gonna look at you. Even if you're in a social environment where they get to see you, they might not smile or anything. But then all of a sudden, all you do is say hi to them. All of a sudden, they chatty boobalatties. They talking your head off. I've had that happen so many times. It's scary. That's why sometimes I say, even though I'm more on the chilled side of it, more on the chill side, see what type of breadcrumbs the women laying out. I say sometimes you see that woman, you say, damn, you got to approach. And you just never know. And that's my point. See, a lot of guys talk themselves out of a woman. Because yes, the woman might think you're attractive, but most women are not going to approach you. And I ain't saying approach every woman, but sometimes you just have to go for it. Or sometimes you talk yourself out of the 90. That woman trying to go out with you, but she ain't gonna just say, here it is. You know, or she's interested. Sometimes you got to be the one to say something, because what women generally do is they'll give a nonverbal signal, and then they expect you to pick up on it. Unfortunately, women expect you to read their minds. But here's the thing. Sometimes if you just talk to them, you know, sometimes if you work on your own confidence, a lot of guys might have to work on their own confidence. Some guys just need to talk to the women. That's why I always tell men, they always ask, I say, look, get in the habit of saying hi to at least 3 women a day. That way you'll get to a point when you meet a woman that you actually want to get with, you're not nervous. It's second nature to you. But it is different. And see, here's the thing. It's not a general thing. Let me get that out of the way. Too many men look for a magic pill or something like that, or a magic word, pill, whatever you want to say. Some magic there. And it was like, no, there's nothing magic about it, especially since every single man is going to be different. Like I said, one man might need to change his wardrobe. One man might need to get better haircuts. Shoot, one man might need to deal with might need to get his teeth fixed. Seriously. You know? Another man, hey, body game. Change their body. That's if anything is the most common is that. Because select men tend to have good body builds. That's the biggest common denominator. Good ones. Not even great ones, but good ones. Because the body turns the woman on sexually. And the select, non-select thing is really just a sexual hierarchy. And speaking of the sexual hierarchy part, some men might need to just deal with any personal sexual issues they have, any hangups they have. You know what? Don't stop worrying about your dick size. If it works, because a woman's G-spot is only an inch in anyway. You figure out some sex skills or something, it don't take much. You could just stick the head in. But some guys are worried about it, or you got whatever hang up. Okay, that might be a little bit extra because you might need therapy for that. But still, it's always something. Many of the guys that I've helped go from one end to the other, it was always they had to get over something. You know, maybe they need to be more aggressive. Maybe they need to be tougher. Maybe they need to just open their mouths. You got some guys out there, all they had to do is say hi to the woman. Seriously. There's some guys who are considered physically attractive, all of that. But they might be shy. Or you got to deal with your insecurities. It's something. It's something. If you deal with your stuff, you're right there. The woman is right there, and you can get the women of your choice, even attractive women. Because let's be real, if we talk select and non-select, we're talking mainly what attractive women are going for, because the other women follow them. So you can actually get them. You know, I'm going to tell you what, it could be as simple as getting over your hangups over a beautiful woman. A lot of men are scared to be around a beautiful woman. I've actually seen tongue-tied, nervous, do a bunch of stuff. And I'm just like, she ain't a goddess. She only bites if you want her to. You know, she ain't going to like wave her hand and you disappear like over an ocean or something. She's just a woman who farts like everybody else. Oh, wait, I got to say it in a DC way. Farts like everybody else. But see, you got to get over your own issues. See, you know, the game ain't always about, you know, what the woman doing and stuff. Not always. It's about what's inside of you. Shout out Mr. Lucario. He always says the game is inside of you. You got to deal with your own issues within. And a lot of guys, they right there, but you got to deal with the issues within. This is something I seen in my life. There was a lot of women I find out ladies I could have got with. All they do was make the move. Right on the threshold. You know? And there's a lot of guys like that, just on that threshold. So you can be solidly select, but you got to look in the mirror and figure out what issues are going on with you. All right? So anyway, let's see what's going on here. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I want y'all to think about it. I want you to take an honest look in the mirror and say, okay, where am I at? Oh, okay, this is where I'm at? Okay, let me deal with this. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Get back with you. Peace and blessings.